Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to you and Mr. Valadeo and my colleagues, ranking members DeLauro and Espiat. I want to associate myself with many of the remarks my colleagues have made. I often said when I was in the state legislature, the old saw, everything's been said, but not by everybody. And I'm breaking my own rule here because much of what's been said I'll probably repeat, but I think this is critically important for all of us to weigh in on this. I am deeply, deeply troubled by the bill before us. I think this is wholly inadequate for the responsibilities that we have as an institution. I remember when I first came here several years ago, I was struck by how often people talked about Article 1 and the responsibilities of Article 1. I don't think I had given it very much thought before I came to Congress why it was Article 1. You think about the preamble, we the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union. This beautiful preamble written by the framers about what they saw coming through the challenges of the War of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, and wanted to start anew and hold this together and form this more perfect union. And the first thing they did when they decided to do it, we the people, how would they be represented? How would the people have a voice in the government, this government that didn't have a sovereign other than the people and the Constitution? And they began by writing Article 1 and the powers of the Congress, the United States Congress. And at the time, of course, the House of Representatives, the only body directly elected. The United States Senate didn't have direct representation for many years. And when it came to it, and they listed out those powers, and I think it's really important to continue to reflect on what the Congress does. We are the power, and all legislative responsibilities, it says in Article 1, all legislative responsibilities, lay and collect taxes, borrow money, regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states, coin money and regulate its value, declare war, something obviously very much on everyone's mind today, raise and support armies, provide and maintain a navy, make all laws necessary and proper for carrying out its enumerated powers. Boy, and this was in an age where you didn't have to worry about the security issues that so many of my colleagues have talked about and will certainly talk about throughout the day. We didn't have to think about the great resources that we would need to carry out this very, very critically important mission of representing the interests of the people. People have talked about the Library of Congress. We'll talk more about that, this enormous institution of great value to the work that we do. People have talked about GAO and how important that is in fulfilling our oversight responsibilities. No one has mentioned Loper-Bright decision last year by the United States Supreme Court, which eliminated the Chevron deference. So now agencies need to have much more direction from the Congress when we write laws. You can't just simply say the secretary will carry out the basic mission here. We have to be very detailed, according to the court, on how we direct the agencies to do the work of the people. And the Congress is the body that does it. We need so much more money. Honestly, I don't even think it's an incremental issue. I think for us to carry out our responsibilities, we need a dramatic shift in the way we think about our role, unless we choose to submit an amendment to the Constitution which changes the article numbering and lays it all with the administration of the executive branch. Until that time, we're still Article 1, and I don't wonder anymore why so many members refer to it. But this bill would cripple us now and in the future because it sets a base that is going to be so hard to move from. We may need to dramatically do that. I think, frankly, with all due respect to my colleagues, I don't think this is just the level of funding an insult to the Congress as an institution. I'm not sure the people would necessarily think about it that way. And it's not just necessarily an insult to the framers and what they wanted us to do, but it is an insult to the American people. That's who we represent directly. That's who we respond to. That's who we answer to. That's who we legislate for. And we should never, ever, ever forget that sacred mission. And with that, I urge defeat of the bill and yield back my time.